What is good, everybody? My name is Daniel. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm joined with the man, Chandler, the Hammer, Cole. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Finally get to talk to you. Just want to start off by thanking you for making this video. Super small YouTube channel, and glad you're taking your time to do this.
I'm excited, man. I'm actually a fan. I went back and watched all of the recaps of the season. I'm like a super cyber nerd. It's like something people don't know about me. So I'll go and search the internet for stuff. So when I found your channel, I went back and watched some of the recaps. And when I came across my episode, I enjoyed it. I was even the commentary, the play-by-plays and stuff. I thought it was really good.
Oh, appreciate that, man. When I saw you commenting on that video, I was just ecstatic.
Well, and I read some of the comments, man, and I hate how the internet is because people hide behind a computer. So when people was like, "Hey, shut up, let's video play," it's like, dude, it's his channel. People just don't understand. People want to be so disrespectful. So when I seen that, I was like, well, I know he's talking on it. So I had to chime in and let you know, man, you're doing a good job. So don't let these people get on there and bash what you're doing, because a lot of even for the 10 people that take the time to comment bad things, there's 100 people that enjoy it that just don't comment. So
Yeah, no, the
you're doing a good
haters
job,
just
man,
super
for real.
loud, always the ones making noise. But one
Oh,
of the
for sure.
haters,
Try the hard way.
yeah, one of the haters said that I'm just trying to be the new Joe Rogan, and that inspired me to come here and talk to the fighters. So gotta thank them as well.
And I want to thank my haters too because
When you messaged me on Instagram, I recognized your name, so I was like, oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. So
Oh, really?
that was cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have actually been super easy to work with to get this video going. You have been so cooperative. So my first question to you is just, are you still working at the prison? Because you seem to have a lot of time.
Uh, right now, there's just some stuff going on I'm not allowed to talk about, but as of right now, I'm just taking a break from the prison. Uh, I got a lot of me time right now, try to gather myself. So I'm taking full advantage of it and just, work hard, get my weight down, try to make myself better physically and mentally. Just trying to work back to getting back to where I need to be.
Oh, okay. You said that you started your own company, or what was that you was talking about? The production company.
So no, uh, uh, well, yeah, I mean, it is, but it isn't. I'm real big into videoing and photography, and I promote myself. And to pay someone to come in and do these videos and do these pictures, it costs a lot of money. So I just told myself I wanted to learn how to do it myself and be able to make my own content and make my own videos, my own hot videos, take my own pictures, and it's always free. So the camera was expensive. Thank you to the PFL for paying for that. After that, man, I've been doing my own stuff. So I guess you could call it my own company, but I've not really ventured out. I'm just doing my own little thing.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Are you fighting in the PFL right now? Are you signed to them?
No, I fought for PFL last year before I went on the Ultimate Fighter. I actually fought Auntie Delija on 5 days notice.
Yeah.
That's He's a dog. He's a dog, but great experience. I didn't win, but I took a lot from that fight. A lot of confidence. Yeah, I'm just thankful for the process, man. We don't get to even though she wasn't my coach. One of the things that Juliana Pena said that I kind of go with is we don't live off our wins and losses. So
Mm.
uh yeah, she ain't my coach, but I did take that from the show, and I was like, you know what, I do like that quote. So yeah, man. PFL, they haven't contacted me, which they're at the end of their season, but I'm actually the heavyweight champ for Showcase MMA. It's a regional show back home,
Okay.
and they do me good. They'll bring it. We reach out to try to find really good fighters so that I can make that big step. Yeah, man. Once I came back from the show, there had already been guys asking to fight me, so it was an easy way to match me up, and I get to fight in front of my home crowd. So I don't know how many more times I'm gonna get to do that. So I took full advantage of it.
Yeah, I bet. So you were talking about the Ultimate Fighter. Did you want to be on Amanda's team, or Pena, did you have like a preference on which team that you wanted to be on?
Juliana Pena, like I knew who she was, but I wasn't like a hardcore fan. But I've always watched Amanda Nunes. When she beat Misha Tate, I thought that was super impressive. And then when she beat Ronda Rousey, I was like, oh my God, like this lady's the truth. And just watching her career, she took out Cyborg, she took out Holly Holmes. She's literally beat up everybody. So I kind of was gravitating toward her just because of her resume of greatness. Even though I knew Juliana had just won, I knew that there was, I knew that Amanda just had to find herself. So I did want to be on her team and just kind of be a part of that process. I got to go watch her in Dallas. I got to watch her fight Juliana Pena. So that was amazing. Just to watch her come back from that loss, redeem herself, and put on such an excellent performance. So that was a really good experience. So yeah, I kind of foreseen all this stuff happening, and it happened exactly the way I thought it would be. Being on the show, being with her, seeing her camp, her telling us the story, her going into the fight, having a completely different game plan, seeing a completely different Amanda. So it was cool. It was cool the way I seen it, and then the way it played out. So I was excited to be on her team.
Yeah, what was it like having her as a coach? Because she's I said it that I think that she is the most technical female fighter that exists, and I gotta expect that having her as a coach, you must have learned so much, right?
It's actually crazy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, so I'll keep it as vague as I can. But the fights really aren't that far apart from the time you get in the house to the time you fight. So with that being said, it's like you only have so long to learn from her. A lot of people only was learning from her for days and before they had to fight. So I learned some really cool like little tricks and stuff, but not too much. My coaches back home work on me with a lot of the stuff that we done at the Ultimate Fighter, like just in practice. Yeah, I was prepared to go in there. I'd been working on my stand-up. That was the first time in my career I'd ever stood up in a fight. I've always been the wrestler. I've always put the pressure on people, taking them down. So once I hurt my arm and I knew that I couldn't wrestle, because there's a lot of stuff that ESPN took out. They didn't put in there, the conversation that we had in the locker room. They just put the conversation that we had in the Apex when me and Amanda was talking, and it kind of made me look like a puss in a way. Like they didn't get the conversation on how she came in the locker room and told me that we're going to go super hard this week. And if my elbow blows out, it's fine. We'll just put Nile in. Like that lit me up because I had every opportunity to leave. The doctor told me I could go home, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to stay. Regardless if I was hurt, I wanted that opportunity. And I knew that I could figure it out, man. That's the one thing about winning. You just got to figure it out sometimes. You don't know how you're going to do it. You don't know what route you're going to have to take, but inside the fight, that's the fight IQ. You just got to figure it out. So I knew that I've put the time in, I've trained. Yeah, when she told me that if we were going to go super hard and if they put Nile in, if I got hurt, they're going to put Nile back into the competition, kind of lit a fire under me. I don't know if of course her training sessions were super intense, but I think I made them harder on myself just from stressing out. And, a couple times in the practice room, I was training. My elbow actually popped out a couple more times, and then it popped out. I can remember it popping in the fight, and then it popped out once in the fight. So, just crazy events that happened back to back to back.
And you not being able to wrestle in the fight just made a very exciting fight for everyone who was watching. It was one of the best fights of the season. I think maybe you or the Clear fight. That was the two craziest ones, for sure.
Right.
So what happened in that fight? When I was commentating, I said that you didn't seem to be very hurt right before you got TKO. Was it just a gas tank, or what was the issue there?
I'm sure there was a lot of things, man. I think, for a couple of days, I thought I got knocked out. I didn't realize I took a shot. That's what sucks is, come back. I took that shot and I was embarrassed. I was like, because, I take pride in wrestling. I'm a head wrestling coach. I wrestle every day. And going back and watching that shot, it just looked real sloppy. It does look like a shot that someone would take, when they're gassed out.
Yeah.
But somewhere in that transition while I was standing up, I don't know what he hit me with, but I got clipped with something, and it just shut everything off. Like, it sent me on autopilot. So, of course, I think, when you're setting the pace like that, you're going to be breathing heavy. You're going to be, we see it all the time at the highest of levels, you know, in the middle third round, you're like, but I'm taking deep breaths to get oxygen into my body. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I wish that I could have been training because I was only running an hour a day for practice because I couldn't train. So leading up to that, I didn't get any wrestling in. I didn't get to really strike much. It was kind of just do it off the fly. It worked out for me because he thought I was going to wrestle. So it opened up a lot of stuff, and I got to show the world like what I know and how good I am. Yeah, I think it was the pressure in the third round as well. You know, at the end of the second, Amanda and Roger came in there and told me that I won the fight, that I was good, and all that pressure got relieved. I was like, yes, finally, you know, because on my pre-fight interview, I told him, I got to start winning these fights. I got to start learning how to take care of business when it presents itself. And I thought that I finally did that on a big stage. I came in, I done my thing, and I won. That's what I thought. And all the pressure left me. And then when they said third round, my ego went completely through the window. I was like, all right, I got to knock this guy out. Thought I'd win the second round. And I think I have a theory. I have a theory on why I went to third round, and I can respect that. So I'm at terms with it. I'm cool with it. But when they told me third round, man, it was like I seen red. I was just like, nah, I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to stand in the pocket. I'm going to bang. And I think me just being aggravated and the adrenaline and me getting – I don't know what I got hit. I can't tell you what it was. Because he hit me with a really good left hook, but then he also when he circled off, he hit me with a right hook right on my mouth. And it's kind of like when you see me step back a little.
And we just lost Chandler Cole right here. Oh, welcome back.
You there, buddy? But yeah, I wish I could just remember being that moment, and I wish I could have handled it better. I wish I could have. I don't know. I was talking to Claire about this, and I don't know if it's just a mental block or what. It's like even when I win, I lose, and on these big stages, that's where I don't need that to happen. Yeah, there's a lot, man. I think that for the heavyweights, especially, I set a pace that was unreal. More than what I thought. I was like, all right, 10 minutes of this, I can set this pace for 10 minutes. And I went out there and I put on a show, man. That's all I could ask for. I hate that I didn't win because
fuck's sake. Yeah, but that was the longest fight of your career, right? Third round. Just doing a quick research on you, that's what I found out.
Other than when I was an amateur. When I was an amateur, I fought a couple in my fourth rounds. I fought a couple 4-round fights.
Really?
Finished them in the fourth. So it's about that. Yeah, it's about that, man. Because when I go out there, man, my mindset's kill or be killed. I live off that. Just trying to finish people, trying to put a show on for the fans, and not leave it up to the judges, because we learned on the show that they're very human and they can make very human mistakes. So not just for me, but I think for other calls, I don't want to be that guy that says that they just screwed me. I think like I said, I have a theory, and I understand why my fight went to third round now.
What is that theory? Dude, this connection.
There, big dog.
What is the theory why it went to the third round?
My theory is that I know a lot of people, they think that the first round was a 10-8, right? But when they're explaining the rules to us, they don't say they don't call the judging card. They don't say that it's the judging card. They say if it's 1-1, then we'll have a sudden victory round. I believe that the first round possibly could have been a 10-8. I think so. And I don't think that they were scoring it like that. I think that they were saying, okay, Chandler won the first, and I think that a majority of them probably said Jordan won the second, sending us into that one, the 1-1. I think if they would have done it the way, like, hey, if you got a 10-8 and you got a 10-9, then you'd have won. But I don't think they.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, and that's what I said when I was commentating as well. I said that the second round was pretty close. You for sure won the first round. There's no question about that. But the second round was pretty close, and that's why they should have given it to Jordan, so that it went to the third round, so it wouldn't be no question about it.
Right. Yeah, and kudos to Jordan. I don't hold nothing against him. He acted a little out of pocket after the fight, but it is what it is, man. This sport's hard to stay true to yourself. When you get that moment, hard to be you, and that's one thing I can say is like through all the moments, dude. I've stayed me. I've stayed myself. I try to stay humble. I'm not lost in the sauce and you talk some stuff. But,
Okay, everyone, that is it for the first interview. That internet connection was just terrible the entire interview, and I finally lost contact now with Chandler Cole. I texted him, asked what he wanted to do, and he definitely want to finish the interview at some point. I'm not really sure when that is gonna be, but I'm just gonna upload this first part, but definitely to be continued. You're gonna get a part 2 of this interview, and I think you can tell during that entire interview that I was kind of nervous, but the connection was so bad, so there was like a delay when we were talking, so we couldn't go back and forth in a conversation. I just needed to be quiet, because when I was gonna ask a question, he had already started talking about something else, and we would just end up interrupting each other all the time. That's why I tried to be quiet until I was absolutely sure that he was done speaking. You can probably see me looking down throughout the entire episode. That is because I have my notes on the phone, and he was like talking. I had just like listed everything that I wanted to talk about, and then I asked like one question. I asked number 1, then he answered that, number 3, number 2, and then number 7, and I need to get all my notes in order. He was talking about things that are in not the same order as I had planned. Of course, he didn't know that. So that's why you see me looking down on my phone a lot. Biggest reason why I was nervous for this, not to talk to Chandler Cole, like obviously I'm a fan of his. Like the biggest reason why I was nervous is this is probably the first conversation I ever had in English. Like this is different. Just me talking to the camera. You don't know how many takes I do, how I can cut it, and just if I struggle to find a word, I can just redo it. I can't do that if I'm in a conversation with someone, so I was actually pretty nervous just for the language barrier, but I think it worked out pretty good. He understood all my questions. I understood everything that he had to say. Definitely number 2 coming up at some point, but this is it for the first part of this interview. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new about Chandler Cole, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see every one of you in my next video. Bye.